Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a tutorial for you on how to make 5 boxes from one sheet of 12 by 12 design series paper. Now this has come about really from this teeny weeny little box here. This is a 1 by 1 by 1 inch box, and I was just sat fiddling at my desk one day and this came up and I put a picture on my Facebook page and it was quite popular, so I decided to use it in a blog hop I was part of over the weekend, and I'll put the details below to it. And quite a few people on my Facebook page and on the blog hop said, you know, is there going to be a tutorial coming? So I decided I was going to. Now this is my 3rd attempt at filming this video. The previous results, this one and 4 others, and this one and 4 others, and it kind of came about because when I was filming this one I got almost to the end and my battery ran out. And then when I was filming for this set, actually when I came back to look at the video afterwards, I realised that actually I'd done most of the work down at sort of this angle because of how I'd had my camera set up. So, 3rd time lucky. Right, 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper. I have cut it already, but basically we're going to make 5 different size boxes. So this is the smallest, this is the largest. The first cut you make is at 3 inches and you go straight down. It's got a 3 by 12 piece. Oh, you can't see that, let me just move that. So you cut it 3 inches, so you've got 3 by 12, separate it so you've got 3 by 7 and 3 by 5, and that'll leave you with a piece that's 9 by 12, cut off 3 inches, so you've got a 3 by 9, and you're left with a 9 by 9, and cut that at 4 inches, so you end up with, let me move this back, 3 by 5, 3 by 7, 3 by 9, 4 by 9 and 5 by 9. So I'm going to score everything first. I'm not going to build the boxes till the end, so I'll start with the biggest. And all of these are going to have 1 inch sides, so it's very simple. So you score with the short side at the top, 1 inch and 4 inches. And because this is paper, don't press too hard. Then score it again at 1 inch, 4, 5 and 8. So that's the biggest box done. Put that out of the way. The next one is the 9 by 4. So again with the short side at the top, 1 inch and 3 inches. Turn it around and again at 1, 4, 5, 8. Put that to one side. Next one down, and this is the 3 by 9. Score it at 1, 2, and then 1, 4, 5 and 8. And now we're coming into this is 3 by 7, so short side on the top again, 1 and 2, and then we're going to score this one at 1, 3, 4 and 6, and then the final one, the smallest one, 1 and 2, and this one's very easy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you can move the scoring tool. So again, coming back to our largest one, fold on all your score lines. Don't burnish because this is paper and you risk tearing it or cracking the paper, so just your fingers is enough. And these boxes don't need any adhesive at all. You can put it in because, you know, if you've seen my boxes before, you will perhaps recognise this as the fold flat box, which, you know, if you're using cardstock, you do need adhesive, but with this being paper and the way I'm actually going to ribbon trim it, it doesn't. So fold on all the score lines. Oops. Oops. Hopefully this is all in view today because I'm not refilming it again because my desk is absolutely covered in boxes. Quite literally, it's covered in boxes. But you know, you can never have too many, and it is the end of term at the end of this week. And you know, my children have got lots and lots of teachers and teaching assistants to give gifts to, and I'm sure they'll want to give little somethings to their friends as well. So it's quite therapeutic folding boxes and paper, so I don't mind too much. And right, down to the last one. This one's slightly more fiddly because obviously it's little 1-inch squares we've created with the scoring line. And actually I forgot to say, this is the Venetian Romance designer series paper, and I've chosen this one particularly because it uses pistachio pudding, which is this sort of greenier version. In it, the other side, Tangerine Tango, this one. Right, scissors, and let me find one, a bigger one that you can see better. All of the score lines with the lines across the bottom, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that go up. You want to go on the third one, just up to this long horizontal line, and then round and the one opposite it. Okay, I'm going to do that on all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 2, oops. 3. I will try not to stab my fingers as well. I managed to do that in one of the videos. These scissors, these are the paper snips, and they are so sharp, and I managed to cut a chunk out of my finger. 1, 2, 3. I don't recommend it, it really hurt. Right up there with stapling your fingers. Done that before now too. Right, so that's all my cutting, that's all my scoring and cutting done. I'm going to come to the biggest now, so that you can see best of all what I'm doing. And as I said before, this is a version of the fold flat box. Normally, let me show you the side you can see best. I would be, when you're using cardstock, I say to score an extra diagonal line here and here, and those pointing into the middle, and then these ones here. But because this is paper, you can actually manipulate it with your fingers. And I'm going to stare up at the screen, so my voice is going to change a bit. What you're doing is this little corner square here, what you're doing is you're going to bend a triangle, not a triangle, a diagonal line into it. And if you can see, I've got my thumb in one corner, my finger in the other, and I'm just pushing together. And that has created that little point. I'll do it again over here. So just folding and pinching. And you will feel that you've created the right point. So hopefully you can see that. And then the same down here. Just keep coming along, folding and pinching. And the fourth one. Okay, box number 1. So again, just fold and pinch these corners into place. I'm not going to close these up into the boxes just yet. I'll do that at the point that I'm going to put the ribbon on in a second. And this paper, as I said before, it's the Venetian Romance. It's lovely. It's not like ordinary pattern papers that you would get, particularly here in the UK. We have nice looking papers from our high street stores. I won't name any names. What we don't have is good quality designer series papers, patterned papers here in the UK. There are lots of lovely colours and lovely patterns, but you can't do boxes and things like that with them. They're just too flimsy. Which is, you know, kind of part of the reason that I joined Stampin' Up, is because the papers are such amazing quality. They really, I mean, you can hear it. That's a pretty thick paper, and you can see by the fact that it's holding itself together and it's not bending or trying to buckle or anything like that. And that's what makes me very happy, a good quality product. Right, a tiny little box now. The smaller you get, the bit more specific you have to be, and accurate I should say, with your folding and your creasing. So take a little bit more time when you're on the smaller ones. How many minutes are we at? 10 minutes. Oh, it's not bad. 5 boxes, 10 minutes. A little bit of chatting as well. Right, that's the last one done. Now I've got my ruffle trim ribbon, because I'm using this paper that's got the pistachio pudding colour in it, which is this sort of faded green in the background. It's one of our new in colours, so I wanted to use the trim. So let's start with the biggest box. To fold it up, you just fold your triangles in at the bottom and at the top, and as you fold it down, that will hold it into place. Now if this was a fold flat box, you know, you're making it with cardstock, you'd put some adhesive there, but that's obviously, that's the box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal it, I'm going to keep it closed with this, and because it's a trim I want it to go all the way round. What I need to do is put some sticky strip on one bit of the ribbon, and you put it on the outside part, so we're not going to stick the ribbon to the box, we're going to use it to keep the box closed. Unfortunately sticky strip doesn't like to stick to ribbon, or rather the backing doesn't like to come off. Right. So I'm just going to hold that with my fingers and get a rough idea of how much I want. I don't want to pull it too tight because it will, because it's elasticated, it will go twanging off and whizzing across your desk. That's one. I'm going to try not to, I was going to try not to stick this to my paper pad. I did that the other day in a video. I stuck everything in that video. Let's try not to do that again today. So actually that's probably a bit long. So again, on the outside, grab a box. These ones that are only an inch wide, it folds over on itself in sort of like a Z position. But you can still, you know, obviously there's still quite a depth to the box, you know, quite a good size. That's if I take the backing off. Choose the back, not the front. When I made the first box, the 1 by 1 inch box, I posted the picture on my Facebook page, and my original thought was actually because my 7-year-old, who's almost 8, he's 8 in a couple of weeks' time, he's got a wobbly front tooth at the moment, and we know that the tooth fairy is going to be visiting sometime soon, and I was kind of thinking about that, you know, little traditions I'd come up with my children, so I could see it as being a tooth fairy box. And I didn't say that when I put the picture up on my Facebook page. I just put the picture up there, and you know, said this, you know, I was playing at my desk, and another demo, a friend of mine, Ruth Hillman, up in Scotland somewhere, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly where she is, but she immediately jumped on it and went, oh, you need to put "marry me" on it, something like that. And then, you know, her creative brain went off at a tangent, and she then thought, you know, tooth fairy, first tooth, first curl, all those sorts of things. And I thought, what a fabulous idea. So, you know, it could be one that you use for all sorts of things, you know. It doesn't have to be the first tooth, although obviously if this was a gift, it would have to be small but valuable, that size. You know, jewellery. Jewellery is always good. Ladies like jewellery. Right. This one here, and then I was also, you know, my brain was also kind of thinking that actually if somebody was into making dolls' houses, or you know, furniture and furnishings and things like that for dolls' houses, this trim would be lovely. It kind of reminded me of a valance I had in my bedroom, probably 1982 or something like that, along with my Piero bedspread. You know, I thought it was quite sweet, and particularly the little diddy ones. You know, this size, you know, you could make it, you know, matchboxes and things like that, and you could turn them into miniature dressing tables and things. How am I doing on time? 15 minutes. It's not bad, 3 minutes a box-ish. Haven't stamped yet, because we have to do stamping. And then the final one, the teeny weeny little box, the original. Probably need a slightly bigger bit of sticky strip, but that'll do for now. Right, I'll close this all up and show you inside it, because despite its diminutive size, it's actually not that tidy. 1 by 1 by 1 is quite good. It's not a bad size. But because of the slightly smaller size, you do have to be a little bit firmer with your ruffle trim. You haven't got quite as much room for being a bit slacker with the tension of the ribbon. So, right, oh, I forgot to get some white cardstock out. Excuse my squeaky chair for a second while I rummage around and get some Whisper White. There we go. Right, what I need now is some stamping. So I'm going to use a round array, and I'm going to use that on the 3 smallest boxes. So I've got one ready for you, and stamp it 6 times because I want to punch the middle out. So 1, and then 1 close to the edge, 2, and another one close to the edge, because I'm going to use a small punch to be able to stamp that one out. And then the 2 bigger ones, gosh, well, I don't know why I closed that one up. I'm going to use polka dot pieces, which I used the other day in a video, and I'm a little bit addicted to it. So I'm going to use the smaller one, and I need 4 of those, and I need 1 close to the edge, actually 2 close to the edge. And then, am I doing 4 of those? I'm not, I'm doing 2 more of that one. Can't remember what I've got. Oh, gone off the edge there. This is me now trying to rush. I want 2 more of those for the centre. Get another one on the edge there. Right, let's start punching. So, the 7/8 of an inch punch. I'm going to punch 3 of these out. I can get it lined up. 1. It's a slightly cloudy day here, and I've got a terrible shadow. Probably the top of my head in it, in the video. 3 of those, and I want 5 middle bits that all say for you. So I've got the 1/2 inch circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1 1/4 inch punch, the scallop. Can't see to line this up today. Oh, that wasn't brilliant, was it? Must not rush. So I only wanted 2 of those, and I want 2 of this one. So I'm using the 1 3/4 inch scallop. And then with my dimensionals that I got out carefully, here they are, I'm going to start layering this lot up. So I'm going to do my little, there we go, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, as fast as I can. And try not to stick them to my nails. What's that phrase? More haste, less speed. There. Oops, I think that one's going to poke over the edge. Right, start building them up. So the bigger ones, see if I can lose this dimensional. There we go, 1, and 2, and a 4U in the middle. One, oops, another of the bigger ones. And the smaller ones, right. This is the point that I would need my children with their little D fingers, able to pick up all these little bits, or to not have broken fingernails. So that's what I did the other day, busted out a fingernail. Do you know what, as I'm looking at this, I probably should have used very vanilla cardstock, because this is vanilla in the background. And I thought I was so clever being so organised. But you get the point. And I'm not going to change it now. So, right, look at that. 5 boxes. Probably need that trim a bit tighter. And the originals, the teeny weeny boxes, I think I called it. These are the ones that were in the blog hop. My trim's pinged off there. And then the first batch I tried to make, this is Modern Medley, and I used vanilla in this one. And then this is the Birthday Wishes. So, lots and lots of boxes, very easy to make, 1 sheet of designer series paper. Thank you very much for watching. You know how to get hold of anything, you know where you can come and ask me any questions, and you can get to see lots of little sneak peeks on my Facebook page. So I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.